Hi, welcome to another video on the Mango Voice channel. And I want to talk a little bit about how to integrate or think of AI in our practices, in our businesses, and where do we consider using AI versus a human talent. So, if you don't know who I am, I'm Laura Nelson, and I've been in the dental industry for 20 plus years. And I have been teaching teams and humans for a very long time how to do all the things that we do in the practice. So, answering phones, greeting patients, customer service, schedule, insurance, the whole thing. And one of the things that I believe is that no matter what office we work in, the one thing we don't have enough in our practices, in our business, is time. So, when I'm teaching humans how to do customer service, take care of patients, greet patients, build the schedule, treatment plan presentations. It all sounds good, but the reality is there's never enough time in the day. And many times we're doing two or three things at once. Patients in front of us are answering the phones, we're calling insurance, we're handling reactivation, we're doing all of the things. And so in a perfect world, all of these things happen, but many times things fall through the cracks because we don't have enough time to do all of the things. Well, one of the reasons that I'm super excited about AI is because we still need humans. We need to lean into our team to do the things that humans can do, but we can actually use artificial intelligence technology, that's all it is, technology to help us on the things that we do every day that are basically repetitive, that we can teach AI a framework, a system, give it the data it needs, and let it do the busy work, as I like to say, so that the human can do the human work. I made this graphic to show what I believe the pivot is with AI coming into our industry, where I used to think or I used to teach, you have to be able to handle it all. You need to cross train other employees. We need to make sure that everybody can do everything in the office. And that's just not the case all the time. But in this case, with this image, I'm trying to show that she has a clone team behind her, right? She has all of these AI agents that are trained to do the different things that this person or I normally do, but I now can give to AI or technology and have that done so I have more time to do other things. Now, the really good thing about this is many times as office managers, as employees in businesses, we feel like we're the best at everything. We're the best at the thing we do. And I can't train another human because of they don't have enough time. They do other things in the business. Maybe they're not as good at something as I am. So we don't delegate, we don't give it to other people, we hold on to it ourselves. Or maybe we just don't have time to teach other humans. Well, what I love about AI is once you teach it once and you teach it right, you never have to teach it again. So at Mango, for example, I'm working at training Margot. Margot is our AI agent. I've been teaching humans how to answer the phones for a very long time. And that's great, but then they go back to old habits. They come in the morning, tired because they were up with the baby the night before. They had a bad day and now it's coming across on the phone call. See, with AI, with Margot, she doesn't have bad nights. She doesn't have a bad morning. She doesn't have an attitude. So I can teach Margot once and I know she's going to answer the phone the same way every time. One of the things that I think is best about AI and having this now in our back pocket, we can teach it once, teach it well, and it's going to be able to do the things over and over and over again. Many of the questions up to this point are, well, what do I teach? What do I give to AI versus what do I give to humans? And this is really kind of the focus of what this video is about, because as you're starting to plan, where do we bring AI in? What tasks do I have AI do? As you start looking at the companies that are available for you to integrate into your systems, the first thing is to really kind of decide what's a human task versus what's an AI task. So, and when I'm filming this video, AI is newer. I mean, it's been around for a long time, but AI is newer in the aspect of us considering it to do some of the tasks in our business. As AI grows and gets better, this will grow and become more regular. But in the beginning, we really have to kind of look at the tasks and say, what's an AI task versus what's a human task? So an AI task is going to be something that's repetitive, that's data driven, that's rule based. So AI works with data. The more data you give it the framework of what you want it to do, and it can do the thing over and over and over again. So a good example would be answering FAQs, a knowledge base, a chat on your website so that it can go get the answers to answer it for patients, teaching it how to send appointment reminders, teaching it how to send emails, eventually how to do reactivation calls, processing claims. We process our claims the same way over and over again, drafting templates, analyzing data trends. So things eventually schedule, eventually handling all the insurance, the reactivation calls, the recare calls. These are things that we do every day or should be doing every day. These are things that we do every day that we can teach AI to do. Now, again, some of the AI is ready, like Margot, she's answering phones for Mango. She's ready to do that, but some is not ready yet. And that's okay. But if you start thinking of it coming, you could start to plan to know that there are solutions coming for this thing that we have to do every week, every day, every month. Some examples I can think of, like probing in hygiene, to help us with probing, analysis of our practice. I think at some point we'll be able to sit down and say, what did I miss today? And what do I need to know? And AI is going to be able to tell us everything that we need to know about our day and the practice. We're going to be able to sit down and sit in front of the schedule and say, what's the best time to offer appointments to these patients? Because based on how we like to schedule in our practice, what our doctor prefers, the type of the appointment, what the patient prefers, their record of showing up or not, like all of this is data. So when you're starting to look at repetitive tasks, right now, there are things that you do every day that you can give to AI, writing job descriptions, outlines for your team meetings, brainstorming ideas, helping you draft emails to patients, writing your SOPs, having your phones be answered, reviewing radiographs. Like these are things right now that are repetitive, we do every day that you can start to bring into your practice just a little bit at a time and start to see the results to give us more time back, which leads me to the second thing. The reason we want more time back is that AI is not here to replace our humans. AI is here to give our humans more time to do the human things, right? So these are relationship driven things. These are things that are emotional, that are judgment based. AI is not going to be great at like holding the hand of a patient who's nervous in the chair to help them calm their nerves. That's where the human's going to come in. Explaining treatment plans to patients. Like, yes, technically it'll be able to explain what the patient needs, but it's not going to have the emotional intelligence to be able to have a conversation that has the emotions involved, have empathy, be able to really help a patient to build trust with them, dealing with complex bills and insurance and exceptions to the insurance, exceptions to the rules, right? The human needs to stay in the loop of what's going on. We don't want to just give it all over to AI and say, good luck, I'm going to go have a nice long lunch. We want to make sure that we're checking and double checking the work because there are exceptions to every rule. There are exceptions to things that maybe in this case is not exactly the same as every other case, and we need to jump in and handle that. So the biggest thing is it's anything that requires empathy, judgment, nuance. We want the human to stay involved. So one of the concerns that I have with this is that as an industry, as in healthcare, we tend to run busy all the time because the schedule runs us many times, right? Like from the minute we walk in the door, the schedule's happening and we're just running around the whole day. What I'm concerned with and what I would start to have conversations with your team on is let's start talking about where we're going with bringing in technology, bringing in AI to help us get our jobs done better, to be more efficient, to give us more time. But then we also need to talk about how as an industry, we're a little bit addicted to running behind. We're a little bit addicted to having so much to do. Some of your team members may believe when I have a million things to do, a stack of paper over here that only I can handle, and I need to call these patients and I need to call these insurance, that it's job security. And so therefore may push back on AI a little bit because this is my job. But The biggest thing that I have to say is if you're not embracing AI now, you're eventually not going to have a job because AI is here to stay. So being open to let me start to try to give AI a little bit to see how it goes, to let me give it one part of our practice or one thing that I do in my day to day so that I can see how it goes and start to play with it. But then also understand that what that's going to do is give me more time that I didn't have before. Where do I want to spend more time? And I think we need to spend more time facing patients. I think we need to spend more time communicating with patients. We need to give our patients better customer service. Our patients are expecting us to do better. And so I think the reason our patients leave the practice is because we're not running our systems well or we're not giving them amazing customer service. Well, when using AI, we'll now have more time to do both. So this is kind of just the start. I plan on having, if this is your first video, I'm bringing on all the people to talk about all the things AI. We're super excited about it at Mango. Of course, we are a phone system first. So we are here for that, and we will have education on here about phones. But we are also here to talk about where are we going with phones? Where are we going with technology? So this is just kind of the start of thinking about, well, what do I give to the humans or keep with the humans? What do I give to AI? I also want to mention that there is a custom GPT. So if you haven't played with it yet, go into ChatGPT. There's a custom GPT. If you go to the top, it says GPTs, and you can search for this one, which is Brush Up on AI. And what this is based off of my book, just to help you baby step into implementing AI in your practice. If you are already in ChatGPT, which a lot of us are, but maybe aren't familiar with custom GPTs, go to the top left of your phone or on computer. It says GPTs, and you're going to find a plethora of GPTs in there, which are designed with a specific focus. So you might be looking for health GPTs. You could look for things that are like efficiency GPTs. Maybe you're writing a book and you need an editor GPT. Or in this case, if you're looking to implement AI into your business, I have a GPT there that just kind of helps to guide with questions and things that you might have about where can I use AI in my practice and what should I keep my humans doing, my team doing. So thank you for joining me today. I hope this was a little snippet of some education that can help you just start to think about that. I'm going to have future videos talking about how to talk to your team, how to integrate, how to vet the companies. My goal here is to bring you lots of knowledge to help you be successful in whatever you're trying to do within your practice. So thanks for joining me.